This video is sponsored by Untapped.gg. Yeah, this deck is easy cubes because it turns out the best deck in Marvel Snap got even better with the recent balance changes. Now that we've got a couple days worth of data rolling in, we can see that Sera Control has settled at the top of the tier list here on Untapped.gg, and by my measure, this was already the best deck, and now it's stronger than perhaps ever before. That's in large part thanks to the buff to Enchantress. Now she is a 6 power card, which, you know, makes her a great threat. Just 6 power is really nice to contest locations. And obviously she's still a great control tool like she always was. You want to play your turn 5 Sera in this deck and then mix some combination of answers like Enchantress, Shang-Chi, or Killmonger with sometimes threats like Hitmonkey and Sentinels and big pop-offs with Mysterio, Bishop, Hitmonkey stuff. So you've got different directions to go in this deck, and Enchantress is both now power development that's insane and responses that are insane to all the various Dark Hawks and Devil Dinosaurs and Patriots that we're seeing all over the meta. So she has become the perfect tool. Now, the other bonus this deck got from the balance changes was that Sandman decks got nerfed. And those were a great way to shut down Sera decks because it limited those multi-card turn 6 pop-offs. So with Sandman losing strength and popularity, Enchantress gaining strength, this deck is just positioned really, really well to defeat a variety of things across the meta and, of course, gain you big cubes along the way. So in this video, I do want to show you a Sera Control deck, and I wanted to pick one specifically that's kind of, you know, suited to my liking. So if we click in here to view all the various different decks, we've got some nice filters, of course, here on Untapped. They were kind enough to sponsor this video, so I want to show you all the cool stuff their site can do. Of course, we've got the data here set to the latest balance patch, so getting the last couple days of data, making sure you're getting things that are relevant for these balance changes. And for player rank, I set this to 70 to 99. I think sometimes if you go up to 100 plus, you get, you know, players at Infinite who are kind of goofing around a little bit. Maybe not try-harding so much, but up to 99 gives you people who are really looking for a competitive edge, really valuing their cubes. No cube donations happening in this range, so I think it's the best filter. And then currently we've got this sort of by win rate. I think cubes and win rate both certainly have a lot of merits depending on your comfort level with a deck. If you're more comfortable, perhaps you want to look for cube gain potential. If you're learning a deck, I think it can be nice to filter by win rate. I know this deck pretty well, so we're going to go to average cubes. Now, that leaves us with a couple decks. The top two here, one has Arrow and one has Jeff. I personally like playing Jeff. I'm going to pick this Jeff deck, but just to show you how this works, you can actually filter by Jeff. If you want to make sure you're picking a deck with Jeff that's really good, here you go. This is the best Sera Control deck specifically with Jeff, the Baby Land Shark, and I think this is indeed the deck we'll use for this video. So it's got those great answers here in the control package. It's got great threat development with Angela, Bishop, Hitmonkey, and Mysterio. I personally love Nova and Killmonger together, can do crazy things. And Jeff and Scarlet Witch can both pull off some pretty cool surprise victories as well. So we're going to take this deck out onto the ladder and see just how crazy Sera Control can feel in this new meta. Ooh, the Raft. We're decent at the Raft. I mean, we really want to dump a lot of cards late, not early, but we can still go for it. I think we'd put the big Mysterio there if we did, just to make sure we're not too limited on our power cap there. We want to make sure, since we're not going to be committing power to it later, very likely, that we're getting as much power as we can now. Although Nova does allow me to commit a card there that still allows, let me complete the Raft while still leaving it open for later too. But it seems like the opponent has not even played anything yet, so playing Mysterio early does mean, you know, we lose the Bishop and Hitmonkey Mysterio synergies, but probably worth it in this instance. Not to mention Mysterio is just kind of good here since there are various 2 powers from that Wakandan embassy, kind of like a little mini Doctor Doom sort of thing. Oh, dude, this Killmonger is also very nice. Vibranium Mind, really not bad, right? We don't mind 1/4s in this deck, I don't think. This is probably a point I would snap normally. I think we're way ahead here. We're killing their Quinjet, which is probably something they care about if it's in their deck. We're completing the Raft. I played those in the wrong order, I just realized. Screw me. Vibranium doesn't get destroyed, it's fine. We lost one buff, but oh well. Life goes on. Vibranium is not a risk of Killmonger though. Can't be destroyed. Oh dang, dude, that's a big She-Hulk already. Shoot. Okay. I mean, Shang-Chi answers that later, so we'll just chill. We'll just chill. You know, Bishop's probably only gonna get like max +3 this next turn. You know, like well, yeah, max. We're drawing a 2-drop sometimes, right? So 1, 2, 3. So he's a 3/4. I just wonder if I'm better off just like playing an Enchantress. I think this could be a deck that has Devil Dinosaur, so maybe I'd use it to counter a Devil Dinosaur. Maybe we just go for Shang-Chi now, just completely lock this out. Like, this is a billion power, right? And then we use some combination next turn to hopefully beat like a Devil Dino or whatever the big thing they play is, right? But this is not really a premature commitment. They've just got so much work to do here. Okay, there's the Dark Hawk for the Enchantress. Yeah, this line's gonna work great. We even hit the Scarlet Witch. 9 power here. They're definitely more likely to play mid. I don't really think it matters much where this Scarlet Witch goes. I think we're fine. Enchantress will hard carry right. That is actually a 3-power Mysterio. That's 11 power there. Big mid. Guess Scarlet Witch could technically throw a little bit, but yeah. Dude, Enchantress is so nasty. It's like, not only does it just completely melt the Dark Hawk, but it's just big. Like, it just can't, like, even if they committed a medium-sized threat here, she just like goes toe-to-toe with a Rock Slide or whatever now. She's so good, man. It's really ridiculous how good she is. Ooh, Wakandan Embassy. I will always be a rule of the universe that I feel like I benefit more from the Wakandan Embassy than my opponent, even though we got the exact same number of cards buffed. For some reason, it always seems like I'm stronger than them. Definite fallacy of the universe, but it still feels that way to me. Ooh, Scorpion and Green Goblin. Annoying cards. This guy's Mr. Annoying cards. We probably got to play this Killmonger early just so that we create space. I'm going to need space. I can't wait till like turn 6, turn 5. Obviously want to play Sera, so kind of forced to rip this one a little earlier than we otherwise might. Jubilee already? What? Juggernaut? This is just annoying cards max. Right is like a little awkward for us to contest. We're just so far behind. Doesn't mean we can't though. Okay, bro. Annoying card central, dude. It's not like a Galactus deck though, obviously. Okay, so I mean, Mysterio's definitely great. Mysterio Hit Monkey is awesome. We just got to decide what else we're doing here, right? Mysterio, oh man, he's actually adding 3 to Bishop, 5 himself. That's 8 power here. That puts us ahead by 6. Mid, I think we have to assume we're kind of winning, or at least, you know, we don't want to take it for granted, but maybe it's something like this, right? We had 8 power here. That's a lot. We had a lot of power left. The Scarlet Witch here does actually limit the Hit Monkey by 2. Maybe we think 6 is enough because 14 beats most singular threats pretty easily. Yeah, I think this is the play. Scarlet Witch just to make that Hit Monkey a little bit bigger. Yeah, Doctor Doom is definitely not enough. It's not even close to enough. I mean, we're just too big. We're just enormous, man. It's like the power dumps here are so ridiculous. People, I think, often underestimate these Sera Miracle decks, man. I don't know what our total power add was here on this final turn, but it was a lot. 15 and 7 is 22 and 3 is 25, and then Bishop gained even more, I don't know, 30 or something, 30 plus power on the final turn. It's really crazy. Okay, Hala. Yeah, let's put a Nova there just in case. We're probably still gonna go for it, honestly. We don't want our Nova proccing too soon. Oh, Yondu killing the Sera. So Yondu might be a Galactus deck. I think Galactus is one of the only significant weaknesses of this list. It doesn't have a great Galactus counter built in. I mean, you know, sometimes Scarlet Witch and stuff can create those opportunities, but for the most part, it does not. I mean, Enchantress can answer a null, you know, Shang-Chi can do stuff too, but it's really hard to get into a scenario where you don't have priority against the Galactus deck and can play both of those in the final turn together. So, you know, in other words, if your Sera is down and sticking in the Galactus lane, then they're probably going to lose priority. They're going to give you priority because Sera's bigger than Galactus. So we'll play it straight for now in case they don't have Galactus, but Superflow, of course, makes their life even easier for a Galactus deck. Even more ways for them to feed into that. We might be able to call a cool shot with Scarlet Witch though and do something fun like you know, Mysterio does lose me Superflow. Is this something I'm worried about right now? Well, that's the place they're gonna end up playing in many instances, but we'll see. Wolverine, okay, even more Galactus data pointing our way. We might have to go for a Scarlet Witch Superflow here and just like try to hit, you know, squirrels or something, Central Park or something that's disruptive to the Galactus game plan. Because the opponent is going to be on, well, they're only on 5 this turn, I guess, huh? They didn't actually ramp any more than this. No Electro, just the Superflow ramp. So Galactus still not playable this turn. I guess we can kind of play it straight this turn. There is an argument to Scarlet Witch here now just to get the raft, and if, I mean, worst case, right, we might have to go toe-to-toe with a 0 cost 6. That might be worth it, actually. That might be the right way to go. We don't have any power mid, so we're still... Ooh, Magneto is big. Okay, oh, Magneto could also perhaps sometimes pull a card mid if there is one to pull that's the right cost. Spider-Man is the right cost. Interesting. They did Spider-Man right. I don't know that we should interpret that as... Well, it's definitely not their Galactus location. Now they could Galactus left. This Magneto is... It's a big 50-50, really. Do they want to have to contest the Bishop, though? They probably don't hate the Bishop, but they know it can't get too big because they only have 1 spot left. I kind of think they like left better, right? Boy, if we're wrong, though, we are very wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if we're wrong, we're really, really wrong. If I were them, I would play left because there are fewer variables, right? They basically know that I only have 1 spot left, you know, minus maybe a Killmonger or something. They have kind of a fixed number in mind. Mid, they both take priority and there's more liability mid. So I don't think they go mid, right? I think they go left, which means I want a Magneto left to disrupt the Galactus this turn. Oh, none of that is happening. Okay. So maybe just Destroyer stuff? I don't know what's about to happen here. I'm very perplexed. Maybe they just didn't have it yet in hand. 4 cards left. We hit the Asgard ourselves, not them, so they didn't get an extra chance there. Okay. Yeah, just Destroyer in this case. Okay, so Destroyer does win right, but are they able to win anywhere else this final turn? Like, Null's not really that interesting. I mean, I do wish I had 1 spot open there, right? We committed so hard to that. Jeff, why can't you go here? Jeff. He doesn't even go here. I mean, our biggest play is something like this. You'd think a Shang-Chi here, though, just owns me, right? Because we're so big over here. Could maybe do this to hedge against a Shang-Chi. They go to 7, and I would go to 7. But then this loses to just like a big death mid or something. We only go to 11, so I don't know, man. What's the most likely line? Do I even win a tiebreak in that case if they like Shang-Chi and play something small? I guess we do. We're only down 2. Oh, wait, we're winning here. I just realized this is a real Mysterio. We're ahead. we're actually winning here. This is 17 to 15. Oh, this actually is a pretty good line then, I bet. I think this gives us a good chance across the board. I think it's gonna be Shang-Chi death or something. Yeah, there's the Shang-Chi, so we tie laugh. And then, oh, it's just wave. Oh, that does mean we're playing for a tiebreaker, but we win the tiebreaker, yeah. Cool. Yeah, good spot on the Shang-Chi really there to give us that one. That was that's a doozy of a game, man. A lot of little back and forths and stuff. They did identify the right Mysterio, by the way. They knew they needed the wave to flip that back. So that was pretty heads up. All right, with Angela, we can probably weave the Nova into the Angela location for a free buff. Yeah, we'll play Sentinel Nova next turn. We may want to Killmonger a little early then in case we want to get the Angela down sooner. We definitely don't want to put Angela in negative zone. We know we're going to be committing a lot of cards to the Angela location because we're scaling her up. Ooh, Asteroid M kind of gives me some options too, though, because I can use like Killmonger to buff Angela, and then he still moves over to create space for later. We can play Sera as the final card in the Angela location. Forge in my opponent's deck. Boy, I don't know what that means. Could be like Deadpool, could be move. Yeah, okay. Move into multiple min and stuff with Forge makes sense, or Human Torch. Something that scales off those bonus stats. The opponent did not play Vulture into negative zone. It would have, or anywhere, would have been absolutely. This is like the best possible result you can get. So if we're gonna play the Killmonger pre-Sera to create space on the Nova, this would actually be the turn to do it. But alternatively, we could just wait till 6. That does mean, you know, we lose one potential Angela buff. Well, not really anyway. Because it'd be, yeah, I actually think I think we do this instead. I think we stick to the plan here. Stick to the curve, let's say, not the plan. I think that Killmonger on the final turn could be good against a Human Torch. Gives more time for a Human Torch to come down. We may have priority, so we may not hit a turn 6 Human Torch, but if there is like a turn 5 Human Torch or something, could give us a little extra reach. So that Vulture could be even bigger if they had played for it. That would be so wild. Mirror Dimension missed the opportunity to turn into the Vault. Now there is an interesting question here because move decks are really good at stacking power left. Like, do we think we're big enough in this Angela location? We're adding 6 here, that's 14. Then we're gonna add basically a net 2 once the Nova dies. We lose 1 but add 3, so that's 16 power. I mean, right now with Vulture there, we're not exactly in a perfect spot, but so I could put the Sera elsewhere and say, hey, we're gonna lose left. But if they move the Vulture back out, what would they use though? Even there's no Iron Fist, there's no Doctor Strange. They may have a hard time moving the Vulture out. Is this the max power they're gonna get there, or are they gonna shuffle something else in with Heimdall? I don't know, man. I'm thinking about pivoting out. Sure was a shame not to just go toe to toe with that Vulture though. So I'm torn. Yeah. See, more mid means they're gonna push more left. This does mean it might just be easy for me to win right and mid though. At the very least, like force them to contest and then just try to stack elsewhere. So mid is probably going to be the stronger location of the two. So I think I want to put as much stuff mid as is reasonable. Killmonger Sentinel mid is only 8 power. That just ties a Heimdall if they were to go Heimdall right. So we could maybe put that Mysterio right, and well, if we put that Mysterio right and like a Killmonger mid, we do lose 1 hit monkey buff. Don't think I want to go hit monkey right though. That feels like overkill. I mean, I guess if they're shuffling mid, they're not really shuffling that many things mid, right? Can't be that many things shuffled in to mid because there's just not much there. So like Heimdall moves these over. I think this is actually okay. Let's do hit monkey right. It's a little bit better. He's not even that big himself, but I think this looks good. This is a good little line here. It's still a ton of powered up. Is that just a Heimdall mid? think that's fine, right? We beat Heimdall mid, so. I like that this play beat Heimdall right as well. It's the important thing. So we're losing left, but we're winning mid. We have the Mysterio pushing us up a ton. Yeah, we're fine. They just have 11 mid, so no biggie. Or 14 mid, I mean. Just kidding. I forgot about the multiple mid, but yeah, that's fine. So we sacrificed a little mid, but it's still enough to get there. And then, the hit monkey just makes sure we're big enough right. Actually, I guess maybe we would have been big enough right anyway. I forgot about the illusion getting the +1 buff. We would have had Sentinel, Killmonger, illusion, which would have been 9 power right. That might have been okay too, actually, just to be safer mid. I mean, this play also was 100% solved against a Heimdall, so I guess it doesn't really matter in that regard. Perhaps if there's some other weird thing we're not expecting, this plays around it a little bit better. Yeah, you don't really want to play Scarlet Witch early most of the time, but maybe with Dream Dimension we do. It's fine. We need to get that done before Sera comes down on 5, so weaving it in on 2 is okay. Typically, I like saving it for surprises later. Oh my god, bro! We both played the Scarlet Witch. This is London, okay. Oh, Space Throne, dude. This game got wacky really fast. If we go Bishop, man, like we need to play something here because as soon as you start playing it in London, right, it's gonna copy over. If we go Bishop, how many spots do I have left? 3 and 4 theoretically. It's probably one of the bigger cards I'm really ever gonna get there. We can play a Jeff to it later for a surprise, maybe. I don't know. It's gonna be tough though. We actually need to play Killmonger pretty early, and we need to be careful with Sinister London because I want spots available almost as much more than I want copies available. Just because, ooh, I need Bishop to scale, right? I gotta be careful with Bishop scaling here. You see, like Mysterio's just probably dead this game. 2 Sentinels, again, it just feels wrong, right? It doesn't feel correct. I think we can Nova here, though. Oh, man, do I want to Nova? Maybe I just go ahead and do the Nova now, ×2. Basically, it buffs Bishop, Killmonger, and Scarlet Witch. But if I wait, the problem is, right, like, I just run out of space too fast. I need to play Killmonger this turn, basically. So we'll do double Nova. That's pretty good. I think we'll take double Sera as well next turn, just not even because I care about the double discount, just because 2 4s is probably one of the bigger threats I'm going to be able to develop, basically. This game is kind of about managing space almost as much as managing... ooh, Archhawk is very large, though. Shoot. I guess it's getting smaller, so maybe not that scary. Rock Slide ×2, that would be really gross. This is the version of Sera that I played to Infinite this season, the one they're playing. The one we're playing. If we hit Enchantress, though, dude, forget it, right? Like, it's just over. Forget it. Enchantress me, baby. Love Enchantress, dude. We love Enchantress, dude. I guess Mysterio in this case is just bigger, right? Is Hitmonkey gonna be bigger? No, he's only 4, right? So yeah, let's do this. I mean, a Rock Slide ×2 here still does win them right. We're not getting very big right, but I think we'll be fine elsewhere because Enchantress ×2 adds 6 power left. We're getting 10 power added left. We're getting 10 power added mid. Yeah, that looks solid to me, man. I think we got a pretty good shot here. We might lose right, but then just win the other 2. We'll see how big they get. Double Sera means they can do a lot, so who knows? I'm just hoping that we're big enough. Enchantress being +6. I mean, that's a good shot to be big enough, man. Rock Slide, that's what we feared. Yeah, he's big himself too, by the way. Like that matters. Ooh, White Queen's big. Uh-oh. We're too small. Maybe. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. The 1 point win. 6-5. Holy moly, the Enchantress buff making all the freaking difference, dude. What a big difference. Woo! Let's go. That's a close one, man. That was a close one. I think this is actually a great win here because their deck is much better in limited spaces. Like this being a hit monkey, you know, Bishop Angela deck. Like we need spaces to operate to scale our stats. They don't need as much, right? Like they have singular threats that get bigger with Darkhawk and, you know, the Rockslide buffing it in particular. So the fact that we were able to match really comes down to Enchantress swinging this Darkhawk, obviously, but pretty cool that we were able to go toe-to-toe with a deck that's probably better in that circumstance. Seafoam Taco Olympia. Okay, that's totally fine for us. We don't care. No Darkhawk in this deck to worry about the opponent's card draw. Ooh. Mini Thanos cards. Okay. Card draw is actually probably less beneficial to them than me because they already have a lot of card draw, if that makes sense. Boy, I don't have any of my good tempo plays. No Sentinel, no Angela, no Bishop, the cards that we're excited to play early. So I think we'll tempo Scarlet Witch. You know, she has some surprise utility sometimes, but we've already seen 2 of 3 locations, so I think her expected surprise utility is probably lower than normal. Tinkerers for me. We can just Enchantress the Zabu, I guess. There is some world where Enchantress can hit things like Devil Dinos and Iron Mans, etc. in this matchup, but I don't know, man. I need to make plays, and because my hand is so full, I need to get cards moving because Sera's still going to have plenty of options on the final turn. So let's just take the Zabu for now. Let's not get greedy, basically, with the Enchantress upside. Might really limit them a little bit more than we think. This is a decent hit. Oh, not actually a very decent hit monkey turn, specifically because Spider-Man's locked off, so maybe not that good. Bishop instead is fine. We'll do Bishop, and oh, okay, rude, I would say. Rude, sir. I'm kind of looking at 4 cards on the final turn only. We can move a Jeff over there, I guess, just to give us an extra buff. It's not really worth much, but maybe that's something. We are going to lock up mid no matter what we do, so I don't know. I mean, they have 3 small cards mid anyway, so perhaps they can't get too big here. We're going to be pretty sizable because Bishop's going to go +4. Sera's obviously +4, so we're talking about, you know, 20 power or something. It looks like mid. What is it actually? 10, and then we expect 5 power Bishop. That's 15, 18 with Scarlet Witch. Yeah, if we could find a Nova, maybe 22. I don't know if Nova would be the right play, given that we want to contest left as well, but it's certainly something to think about. They've only got 1 spot, right? So either way, we're talking about them requiring like 14 power out of 1 spot, which is possible with a Devil Dinosaur. It's not in... Oh, shoot. Sorry, I thought I hit it in turn. It is possible, but maybe not super likely. Let's see if they play it here. Then we'll find out. Yeah, there's the guy. There is the man we was talking about. Oh, I forgot about that's amazing. I forgot Fifth Tower. I didn't even think about it. This is actually nutso. Oh my god, dude. Now we can just Shang-Chi. Do we... We can... like, we don't... I guess we don't... Yeah, we don't really need to Killmonger Nova. I mean, Killmonger does hit stones, so I think there's certainly some logic to it. I guess Killmonger is definitely better than Mysterio, then, right? Like, it just has to be. I mean, Mysterio, am I playing Shang-Chi always? Yes, right, we have to win this. That's too big. So yeah, I guess... No, I don't agree with that. I don't think we need the Killmonger. I think they're more likely to play something big here, right? I think we do this. This is an 8 power hit monkey. No need to send Jeff, right? It doesn't matter. I say 8 power hit monkey? No, 6 power hit monkey. That's not true. 6, 10, 13 beats like a Magneto, Ultron Thanos. I think this is fine. Shang-Chi is like almost overkill in a weird way, but I think this will be okay. This is usually big enough. Oh, dude, they almost made... Oh, shoot. Is it big enough? Mystique is so good. I don't actually think it is big enough. Soul Stone. It's gonna be 3 stones. Power Stone, Reality Stone. I don't think we are big enough, man. Oh, Monster Metropolis just helps them even more. No! Shoot, we actually would have beaten that without the Shang-Chi, man. Yeah, I think maybe we could have gone no Shang-Chi here. I mean, Shang-Chi left, obviously. In hindsight, we find out would have worked pretty well. Would Killmonger have been better as well? I mean, definitely. Like, how big is this Mystique? She's plus 10. So we would have had a 13 power Devil Dino there. Yeah, it would have been. Shoot, yeah, it would have only been 17. We would have gotten to 16 off just natural stuff. And then if we wanted to, we could have played like Nova Killmonger to gotten even bigger. Yeah, I think this was actually wrong. I think we could have, I don't know, man. It felt like such an obvious easy hit there with that Shang-Chi, but I know they were going to play 3 ones additionally. Killmonger is worth a ton of power. Yeah, Tempo Nova I think is fine. Sometimes it does show your hand a little bit, but other times it's surprisingly hard to weave in that 1 cost. Hopefully this is not Shang-Chi. Really, Killmonger's bad too. Sera would be amazing, obviously. Let's see. Bast early for them. Okay. Killmonger a little better, I guess, if it kills the Bast. That's not great, but I'll take it. Psylocke. Okay. Maybe a Mr. Negative deck I'm reading here. It's gonna be tough for us. We do have enchanters to beat things like Iron Man, I guess. Oh, Dream Dimension is tough for me, but maybe they got frustrated. I don't know. They miss some. Okay, Wakanda, we don't want Nova there, but we could put, well, I don't know, big stuff like Bishop. Maybe they could get to 9 power, protect against Shang-Chi perhaps. That's about the only thing I think we care too much about there. Savage Land, okay, that is definitely Killmongerable to create some space. Scarlet Witch will hold until the final turn, just don't know if we're gonna need that yet. Daredevil, okay, might be Galactus stuff. Mojo World sometimes is a way to beat Galactus. They just can't play 4 cards. Like, you know, they go Null and Death or whatever and Galactus, but that's not enough to win Mojo World. This may not be Galactus, this might be like Professor X stuff, but just thinking ahead. So if, you know, we play a Sera and then, okay, definitely not Galactus. All right. Star-Lord. Guardians of the Galaxy Daredevil deck here or something, man. I don't know, this is wild. If I go for this route, I'm not gonna have a ton of space on my final turn because I'm not gonna be able to play Killmonger on 5. We're gonna want to play Sera on 5, so I'm gonna have 2 spots here, 2 spots here, and 1 spot here. Does that feel like enough? 5 spots? Oh, that doesn't even account for the Sera. I only have 4 spots. I mean, this is definitely scaling us already. Is there ever a world where we skip the Sera and play the Killmonger instead? I don't think there is. I would have developed a White Queen. Okay, they're gonna see our Sera. Because the problem is, right, without the Sera, I'm not gonna be able to fill those spots on the final turn anyway. So, does it even matter? I also don't know if this Mysterio is correct, but it's where we're at. It's what we got. Okay, we gotta think about beating Professor X. So mid, that's fine if they want a Professor X there. That's gone anyway. If we go left, we have Bishop to help us beat Professor X. Plus, they might be thinking a little bit about the Mysterios for Professor X as well. They don't know where it is. Right, we have Mysterios. We'd be at 6 to 2 to 5, basically. So we'd beat a Professor X there. I think Sera left is the play. It's kind of weird because Bishop's like the 1 spot we don't really need to scale additional power, but they're also biggest here, so maybe that's not true. Maybe it is the spot we need to scale additional power. All right, I don't know, this is iffy, man. We're working with some real restricted resources here from a spacing standpoint. We're definitely going to be able to fill Mojo World. There's no 1 power or 1 cost for them in Mojo World for Killmonger to steal that, though, at least not yet. That's going to be an interesting call. For now, we're definitely looking at our flanks left and right here to be our winning plays. Is that Professor X? They're gonna call their shot on Mysterio? No, just my Sera. Okay, that makes sense to me. Now we have to assume they're not gonna benefit as much from my Sera as we do, though, right? Now, as far as what to play, I mean, God only knows. I don't think we have a good choice, a good line here, no matter what. I don't really have, like, I don't think we want a Scarlet Witch, right? How big? We're at, I mean, but this is a pretty big ad left. I'm more worried about left in some ways. I mean, Bishop helps for sure, but he's only getting 3. I'm gonna put Enchantress left and put these right. I think this will be enough, man. Angela's helping us carry right, and the Mysterio is right as well. So we have more base power and scaling right, really, than left. So we put Enchantress left. We put the other 2 right. Watch them not play anything mid and this end in a tie. That would actually be delightful. Oh man, that'd be funny. I don't know what they'd have here that contests my Sera. Like that's better. What could their hand be that's possibly better than mine? Because I have 2 scalers on board. I'm gonna have perfect energy efficiency compared to them because their deck's probably not built for a Sera, right? Oh my god. Enchantress, so much. I love you so much, Enchantress. Oh my god. I called my shot. Not even for the reason I thought, to be honest, but we take it, dude. We take it. We absolutely take it. I mean, our logic was sound, right? Woo! I mean, I bet we were almost big enough anyway, right? We're at 19. Did this have an additional 8 power? Oh, it had an additional 10 power, so it wasn't quite big enough anyway, but almost was. It almost was. Yeah, it kind of makes sense for them to not contest right, by the way, because if we think their hand is not as efficient as mine at Sera, they're not going to be able to play as many cards right. So it kind of makes sense that they would give right and push left. So still stand by that Enchantress line. I think that was smart. Hey, King Hades, a familiar opponent. Bar with no name. Okay. You could Scarlet Witch that late to take a surprise victory there. That's one way to win that. Ooh. It kind of needs to be Scarlet Witched as well. Ooh. We could just try to win right and say, like, screw mid. You know, like, put Angela and Bishop here and then just, like, dump a bunch of garbage mid and then, like, hit Monkey right and Scarlet Witch left. That's kind of a cool plan. I like that, actually. Because it's going to be hard for me to play stuff that's big enough for negative zone to be relevant, but we may not have to. Okay, that is not what I expected, but I guess those are bigger than... I mean, technically these are probably a little better than playing the Bishop, right? Just get 3 of these. If the opponent has a Shang-Chi, obviously that's a little weaker, but we also have a Shang-Chi technically, just not in hand. Now we can maybe just like play Enchantress mid. At least she's, you know, contesting. Oh, dude, these optics. So turn 6 to me looks like Shang-Chi and Scarlet Witch. You know, does the opponent have their own Shang-Chi? I don't know, man. It's an Agent 13 Star-Lord deck. What do I know? I don't know. I think we saw Devil Dinosaur last time, and what else did we see? Like, oh, Spider-Man thing. Okay. Does actually make it harder for me to play. I think we just pass though, right? I think it's literally just Scarlet Witch and Shang-Chi. I could put a Sentinel here, but I think that shows my hand a little too much. All right, dude. I don't know. They snapped. They got something going on. They're cooking something up. Spider-Man does make me think they have like a little bit more control tools than I expected initially. Yeah, maybe they're rocking like a Shang-Chi. Maybe they have one. This game is weird. Like, can they put enough stuff here to flip negative zone? Okay, they're tying now. They're gonna... No, they got my Shang-Chi! No! I wouldn't do it. No, dude, they got the Shang-Chi. No. We still have to play this though to play for a tie here. The question is they only have 2 energy remaining, right? What are they gonna play alongside their Shang-Chi? Can they play like a Sentinel? I think we saw Sentinel in their deck. So if they go like Shang-Chi Sentinel, we would tie on board. I'd be ahead 3 here, they'd be ahead 3 here. Snap, bro, I know you have a Shang-Chi, bro. We are aware of what card you got. I'm just wondering if it's I can't not play the Shang-Chi and like do something mid because that doesn't win a tiebreaker. The Hulks would always win the tiebreaker. I'm intrigued to see how this shakes out, man. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Sentinel Shang-Chi, right? I think that's always what we're gonna see here. It's just like, can I get something that gives me like plus power here? Not quite, no. Not quite. I think it's just a tie, man. Oh, it's only Cable! We win the tiebreaker! Yes! It's not a Sentinel! Let's go! Wow, that's amazing. That's so sick. They ripped the Shang-Chi like a jerk, and then the Cable wasn't big enough, dude. Let's go. That's a win, dude. That's a win.